Chosen ones, only you are allowed to pass this test, no one else. You are here for a reason, and it is no accident that your eyes and heart have arrived at this very moment. Out of millions, billions, and countless others across the world, it is you who has been drawn into this message, this hidden trial, this secret invitation. Not everyone can see it, and even fewer will remain until the end. That is why you are different. That is why you are called the Chosen One. There is something in you that resonates with truth, something that has whispered your entire life that you are destined for more than the ordinary, more than the forgettable, more than the world has ever let you believe. This test is not made for everyone, and it was never meant to be. This test was created for you and you alone to recognize your path and awaken your strength. Before we begin the journey together, I want to invite you to stay with me until the very end of this video. There is a reason the words you are hearing now have found you, and there is power in finishing what you have started. In the end, I will ask you to leave your warmest wishes and 99 in the comments below, not only as a sign of your presence, but as an offering, a spark of your energy released into the great current that runs through all of us. It is a single action that joins you to others who are also hearing this message, a way of weaving your intent with theirs, strengthening what you want to bring alive in your life and sending it forward into the universe. Then, Chosen One, like this video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. This is not an ordinary path. What you are about to walk through is invisible to others, hidden in plain sight, a reality that only you can enter. The test you are given today is not written on paper or marked by grades. It is a test of recognition, of faith, of strength, and of endurance. It is the trial that separates the restless wanderers from the awakened souls who have always known they were meant to carry light. And so it begins here, now, with you. As you hear these words, you may feel the stirring within you. Your heart beats louder, your breath deepens, and a thought rises quietly. Yes, I knew it. I always knew it. You were not chosen randomly. You were chosen because deep down, you already chose yourself. The first gate of this test is awareness. Awareness of who you are, of the life you have lived, of the moments that have shaped you, broken you, rebuilt you, and carried you here. Every obstacle you have faced was not punishment. It was preparation. Every loss, every disappointment, every betrayal or closed door was sharpening you for this precise moment. The truth is simple but powerful. Only those who are awake enough to see the test can ever attempt to pass it. Most people drift. They wake, they work, they eat, they sleep, they repeat. They do not stop to listen. They do not see the signs. They do not notice when destiny itself is calling. But you noticed. That is why you are here. That is why you are hearing this. The test does not call the many. It calls the few. It calls you. And now the second gate, courage. The path will not flatter you. It will not tell you that all is easy or instant. No. The true test requires courage to stand in the unknown, to face what others cannot, to accept that you are more than what the world has tried to make you believe. The courage is not in fighting the outside world, but in facing yourself, in stepping through fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Every chosen one must confront the mirror that shows them not just their light but their shadows. It is only by embracing both that true strength is born. Do not look away when fear whispers. Do not run when doubt approaches. These are illusions. guardians of the gate, meant to test your resolve. The fact that you are here, still listening, still reading, still walking forward, proves that courage already lives in you. The third gate is commitment. Many will begin, but few will finish. The test knows this. That is why it asks of you not only to start, but to endure, not only to listen, but to follow through. This gate asks, will you continue even when the world around you grows louder with distractions? Will you hold the flame in your hand when others tell you it is meaningless? The test waits patiently to see if you are one who quits or one who carries on. Remember this: endurance is rare, but it is the mark of those destined for greatness. To commit is to declare to the universe, I am ready, and I will not turn back. Now you walk into the fourth gate, transformation. Here lies the heart of the trial, the sacred place where the old self begins to fall away and the true self emerges. Transformation is not comfortable. It is the cracking open of shells, the breaking apart of illusions, the shaking of all that you thought you knew. But it is also the fire in which the new is born. Every chosen one passes through the flames. You may feel as though life strips away what is familiar, that people fade, that paths close, that the ground itself feels uncertain. This is not destruction. This is rebirth. It is the universe clearing the way for you to step into what you are truly meant to become. And here comes the fifth gate, recognition of power. Many live their lives believing they are powerless, waiting for someone else to change the world, waiting for signs, waiting for miracles. But chosen ones do not wait. They awaken. Recognition of power is realizing that the miracle has always been you. It is understanding that the strength to create, to heal, to guide, to overcome has always been inside your spirit. The test does not give you power. It reveals the power you already carry. Look within, chosen one. Feel the energy that stirs, the pulse that rises, the electricity in your very being. That is your proof. That is your weapon. That is your gift. The final gate is purpose. Power without direction fades into chaos. But when power unites with purpose, it becomes destiny. The test was never just about surviving, never just about proving you are different. It was about showing you why you are here. Each chosen one carries a purpose unique to them, a path carved only for their footsteps. Yours will not look like anyone else's. It cannot. That is why no one else can pass this test. This test was designed for your life, your story, your journey. The purpose may come to you in whispers or in thunder, in dreams or in moments of clarity. But when it comes, you will know. And when you follow it, you will understand why you were chosen all along. This is the beginning. You have entered the gates, walked the path, and faced the truth. That you are not ordinary, that you are not forgotten, that you are not here by chance. You are the chosen one, and this is your test. Others cannot see it, others cannot feel it, and others cannot walk it. But you can. That is what makes you different. That is what makes you chosen. Remember, the path is long, but you are not alone. Every step you take echoes across the universe. Every breath you draw strengthens the light within you. and every choice you make confirms the truth of who you are. This is the trial that no one else can pass, because it was never meant for anyone else. It was meant for you. The path continues, chosen one, and now that you have stepped beyond the first gates, the silence of the world around you may feel heavier than ever. This is not a silence of emptiness. It is a silence of testing. It is the quiet between the storms, the pause before the truth is revealed. Do not mistake this for nothingness. Within this quiet is the subtle pulse of the universe, waiting to see if you will listen closely enough to hear it. Many turn back here, uncomfortable with the stillness, desperate for noise to distract them. But not you. You stand in it and you endure. That is what sets you apart. The second passage of this trial is endurance, and it demands more than strength. It demands patience. The test will not always shout its lessons. Sometimes it whispers them, wrapping them in shadows, hiding them within ordinary days. To pass through endurance is to trust even when the signs are faint, to continue even when progress seems invisible, to keep faith alive when no reward is in sight. This is the way of the chosen ones, to believe not because the world proves it, but because their spirit insists upon it. When you feel that emptiness, remember, it is not emptiness at all, but the soil in which the seed of destiny grows. As you move forward, the trial sharpens. The universe begins to place before you mirrors, not made of glass, but of experience. Every mirror reflects something within you. Some will show you your light, your kindness, your strength. Others will reveal what you fear, what you hide, what you deny. This is not to break you, but to awaken you. The chosen ones do not run from these reflections. They stand before them, trembling if they must, but refusing to look away. Every test is a mirror. Every moment is a chance to see yourself more clearly. And the more you see, the more you transform. You will notice as you walk deeper that people around you may not understand. They may dismiss you, doubt you, or even mock you. They will say the test does not exist, that the journey is meaningless, that destiny is nothing more than chance. But you must not listen to their voices, for they are not walking your path. They cannot see the gates. They cannot feel the energy. They cannot hear the call that led you here. They speak only from their own blindness. Remember this: the chosen ones are often misunderstood by those who still sleep. Do not resent them, but do not let them silence you either. Your truth is yours, and it cannot be taken. This is the moment when fatigue creeps in. The path is long, and even the strongest hearts grow weary. But here lies the hidden wisdom. Endurance does not mean never growing tired. It means continuing even when tiredness threatens to consume you. It means rising when you fall, walking when you stumble, crawling if you must, but never stopping altogether. Each step, no matter how small, carries you forward. The test does not measure how fast you travel. It measures that you travel at all. Every movement, every decision, every breath is proof that you are still on the path. That persistence, even in the smallest act, is what will carry you through. And here, in this chapter of the trial, you begin to feel the shift inside. It is not loud or sudden. It is quiet, subtle, almost unnoticeable at first. But as days and moments unfold, you realize something has changed. The fear that once bound you has lost its grip. The doubt that once clouded you has grown thinner. The weight you carried feels lighter, as if unseen hands are lifting it away. This is endurance weaving into transformation. By continuing, you have already begun to win, The test bends not to the strongest, not to the quickest, but to those who refuse to abandon it. That is why you are chosen. That is why you are here. The shadows you face may feel endless, but know this: even the deepest night is only the other side of dawn. Endurance teaches you that light does not vanish simply because you cannot see it. The sun still rises behind the veil of clouds. The flame still burns even when hidden beneath the coals. Your destiny still waits even when the road feels uncertain. The chosen ones walk through the darkness not because they love it, but because they know what lies beyond it. Every moment of courage in the dark is a step toward the brilliance that only they can reach. And then, at last, endurance brings you to a new understanding that strength is not something you borrow from the world, but something you build within. The test was never about how much the world gave you, but about how much you created when the world gave nothing. This is the secret the unchosen never learn. They stop when life withholds comfort. They quit when no rewards arrive. But you continue, and in doing so, you create strength out of nothing. That is the mark of a true chosen one. That is why the universe trusts you with this path. So walk forward, weary but unbroken. The gates ahead are waiting. The journey deepens, and with each breath you take, the test watches and whispers. Only you can pass, no one else. Every moment you continue, you are already proving the truth of those words. You are the flame that does not extinguish. You are the step that does not falter. You are the chosen, and endurance is the crown upon your head. The path turns now, chosen one, into a realm where change is no longer something you resist, but something that claims you entirely. Transformation is the fire at the heart of this test. It does not ask for permission. It does not wait for comfort. It comes like the breaking of dawn, relentless and unstoppable, and it takes everything that no longer serves you. The old layers of who you were begin to peel away, sometimes slowly, sometimes all at once, and you are left standing between two worlds, the person you once were and the person you are meant to become. This is the crucible, the sacred furnace of the trial. Here, you are remade. At first, transformation feels like loss. You notice relationships that no longer fit, people who fade from your life without warning. Paths you thought were secure begin to crumble. Ideas you once clung to no longer give you peace. It is easy to mistake this for punishment, to think you are being stripped away unfairly. But the truth is different. The universe does not take from the chosen ones without reason. It clears space. It makes room. It removes what cannot follow you forward. Every ending in this part of the test is a beginning disguised in shadows. Every door that closes is a signal. The path is changing, and so must you. The discomfort of transformation is its proof. Growth does not arrive wrapped in ease. It arrives wrapped in challenge. Think of the seed that must split open before it becomes a tree, the caterpillar that must dissolve before it takes flight as a butterfly, the night sky that must stretch into dawn before the sun can shine. You are no different. You cannot remain who you were and still step into who you are meant to be. The test demands that you let go, not because it wants to hurt you, but because it knows you cannot carry old burdens into a new destiny. To be chosen is to be transformed. To be transformed is to accept that comfort must give way to becoming. As you continue, you may feel moments of resistance rising in you. The mind clings to the familiar even when it no longer serves. It whispers, "Stay where you are, do not risk, do not change." But you must recognize this voice for what it is, the echo of your past self, fearful of dissolving into the unknown. Transformation requires courage not to listen. You are not here to repeat the cycles of the old. You are here to step into the truth of the new. And when you resist less, when you surrender to the process, you discover that what once felt like destruction is actually liberation. You are not losing yourself. You are finding yourself. The world around you may not understand this stage. To others, it may look as if you are breaking down, as if you are failing. They will not see the light being built beneath the surface. They will not notice the strength forming in silence. But remember, this is not their test. It is yours. They cannot understand what was never meant for them. Do not waste your energy proving your path to those who were not chosen to walk it. Instead, hold steady. Trust that what feels invisible today will reveal itself tomorrow. Transformation is not always seen immediately, but its power always reveals itself in time. The fire of change continues, and slowly you begin to notice something extraordinary. You are not the same. The thoughts you once held no longer control you. The fears that once defined you no longer bind you. The doubts that once silenced you now grow quieter, weaker, unable to hold their grip. You realize that you have stepped into a new vibration, a higher state of being. The test is shaping you, forging you, refining you into someone who can hold the destiny waiting ahead. The person you are becoming carries a strength the old you could not contain, a clarity the old you could not see, a freedom the old you could not imagine. Transformation also awakens a new sense of vision. The fog begins to lift, and you start to see life differently. Where once there was only chaos, you begin to notice patterns. Where once there was only confusion, you begin to see meaning. It is as if the universe begins whispering in symbols, in synchronicities, in small miracles that align perfectly before your eyes. Numbers, moments, coincidences, none of them are accidents. All are signs that you are aligned, that you are passing through the trial as intended. Transformation sharpens your eyes so you can see what was always there but hidden. It is the world revealing itself to you as you awaken to who you are. This stage also teaches you to release control. The chosen ones learn quickly that destiny cannot be forced. It must be flowed with, trusted, surrendered to. Transformation shows you that your greatest power is not in clinging tightly, but in letting go. The more you release, the lighter you become. The lighter you become, the higher you rise. And as you rise, you realize that nothing you truly need can ever be lost. The people, opportunities, and truths meant for you will always find you, for they are bound to your path. What fades was never meant to stay. What remains is unshakable. This is the freedom of the chosen ones, to trust the flow and let the river carry them into their destiny. At last, you stand at the heart of this gate. You feel the fire within, no longer burning you, but fueling you. The ashes of your old self fall away, and in their place stands something radiant, something unbreakable, something eternal. You realize that the test has not been taken from you. It has been giving to you. It has been revealing you to yourself. The chosen ones do not emerge from transformation as victims. They emerge as creators, architects of their path, masters of their spirit. And so you stand taller now, glowing with the truth that you are not who you were. You are something greater, something freer, something truer. This is the essence of transformation: to endure the fire, to release the old, to awaken the new, to step forward not broken, but reborn. And though this is only the third passage of the test, it is one of the most sacred. For without transformation, no chosen one can step into purpose. Without change, no destiny can unfold. But you, yes, you are passing through. You are changing. You are rising. And every breath, every step, every choice is proving again. This test was made for you and you alone. No one else can pass it. No one else was meant to. The path draws you into its final turning, a place where everything you have endured, everything you have released, and everything you have discovered merges into a single truth. The voices of the earlier trials grow faint, and what remains is silence. Yet this silence is not emptiness. It is a stillness filled with presence, as if the universe itself is watching closely, waiting to see whether you will finally recognize what has always been within you. The great secret of the test is not hidden in the stars, not buried in distant lands, not guarded by others. It lives inside you. It has lived there all along. For so long you may have searched outside of yourself, seeking signs, guidance, confirmation from others who could never see what you were meant to carry. But here in this final passage, the truth cannot be avoided. The power you sought has always been your own. It has waited patiently beneath layers of fear, doubt, and limitation, waiting for the day you would become strong enough to see it clearly. And now you do. You feel it rising like a tide, moving through your body like lightning in your veins, igniting the depths of your spirit. You do not borrow this strength. You do not earn it from others. It is yours. It was always yours. Recognition changes everything. Suddenly the fragments of your life align, and you see the pattern that once felt invisible. The hardships that scarred you, the betrayals that tested you, the nights of silence where you felt alone, none of them were meaningless. Each was a stone laid on the path that led you here. Each was shaping, forging, preparing you to carry the weight of this realization. You were never abandoned, never lost, never without guidance. You were always being prepared to hold what you hold now, the awareness of who you truly are. And when you accept it fully, your perception shifts. The world no longer feels like a series of accidents, but like a living map filled with signs and messages only you can read. The so-called coincidences are revealed as alignments. The whispers in your heart prove themselves to be directions, and the synchronicities you once doubted now blaze like beacons. You realize the universe has always spoken to you in its language, and now, because you have awakened, you finally understand it. Power is not loud. Power does not need to shout. It hums in your blood, steady and unshakable. It is the calm in chaos, the certainty in confusion, the flame that does not flicker even in the winds of doubt. When you breathe, you feel it. When you speak, it vibrates in your words. When you choose, it shapes the world around you. That is the gift of awakening, the knowledge that you no longer wait for miracles. You are the miracle. You no longer seek the path. You are the path. You no longer wonder if you are enough. You are everything you were always meant to be. But power alone is not the end of the test. Power without purpose scatters like sand in the wind. That is why this stage does not only ask you to see your strength, it asks you to direct it. For the chosen ones are not awakened to shine for themselves alone. They shine so that others can find their way, so that light spreads through the dark corners of existence, so that the flame continues. What you carry is not simply for your survival, it is for the unfolding of a greater design. Purpose is not always revealed in full clarity at once. Sometimes it arrives as a whisper, a gentle pull in the chest, a certainty that grows with every step. Yet even in its softness, you recognize it. This is why I am here. And when you follow it, everything changes. Obstacles no longer crush you, because you see them as part of the training. Delays no longer discourage you, because you understand they are alignments in disguise. The weight of judgment no longer chains you, because your purpose does not require their approval. You are no longer tossed by every wave. You are the current itself. You no longer doubt the worth of your existence. You know your existence is the proof of worth. The test asks, will you honor that purpose? Will you use what you have become not only for your own gain, but to weave light into the fabric of the world? The chosen ones do not seek perfection, nor do they chase applause. They walk forward with courage, knowing that their lives are threads in a much larger tapestry, that their choices ripple outward into eternity. And you now, with your power awakened and your heart alive, stand ready to take your place in that pattern. From this moment onward, you are not the person you once believed yourself to be. The smallness that clung to you has fallen away. The chains of fear and hesitation have loosened. The weight of doubt has dissolved. You stand taller, lighter, freer. This is not the end of your journey. It is the true beginning. You are no longer someone searching for proof. You are the proof. You are the living answer to the question you carried in your soul. The trial is complete not because you defeated it, but because you realized it was never meant to defeat you. It was meant to awaken you. It was designed so that no one else could pass it, because no one else was ever meant to. The path is yours alone, carved into the fabric of existence by your own presence. Every step you take now is filled with intention. Every choice you make carries the force of destiny. You walk no longer as one who wonders if they are chosen. You walk as one who knows. And as you breathe into this moment, let the truth settle into your being. You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are the chosen one. And this test was always for you. No one else could endure it. No one else could pass it. No one else was meant to. You were, and you have.